Hey everybody, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle and we are going to try this into resin rose dish, trinket dish, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to use the Let's Resin polyurethane resin. But I'm going to color it, and I'm hoping because this is so thin that it will not have any bubbles. And then once it's cured, then I'm going to paint the flowers and the leaves. So I'm going to mix up 10 ounces, but I'm going to mix 5 of part A, which is 1 part, because this is a 1-to-1 ratio by Let's Resin. And they did send me this polyurethane, so thank you, Let's Resin. I had done a little tiny project because I was really nervous. I had never used this before, and the curing time really was intimidating me. But I'm going to put my big girl panties on today, and we're going to try a bigger project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up 5 ounces first. Then I have a bigger cup, and I'm thinking this might be too big, but I don't know what else I have that would hold 10 ounces. This one might. Oh, because it's bigger. It's bigger around than that. So maybe I'll try pouring in that. I don't know. Leave it to me to try something on the fly, right? So I am just going to wipe this out. All right, we are having spectacular weather for September here in Maine. I am blown away. We actually had the AC running yesterday. That has never happened in Maine. All right, so I'm gonna pour 5 ounces because when I did this, it held exactly 10 ounces. So that's what I'm going to mix up. So I'm going to do 5, and then we're going to color it. And I'm going to get it into this cup before we pour part B, because I want to make sure that the color is all mixed first. And I'm using it's by Recollections. I got this at Michael's, and it's grape raisin. So before I get yelled at, I'm going to put my mica powder in first. But is that going to screw up my ratio? Oh, it probably is. So I will, when I pour it in here, I'll put the mica powder in here. All right. So let's get our 5 ounces poured in. And this stuff cures in like 10 minutes. It is super thin. It's like water. So again, this is the polyurethane resin. I know there are some brands that have the black polyurethane because this will dry white. I wish they had one that dried clear because it would be a little bit easier to do a project when you need it clear and you need it in a hurry. All right, so we have 5 ounces. No, I'm not using that. All right, so we're just gonna pour this in here. And I do feel that the polyurethane resin is once it's cured, it seems like it's harder than the other resin. It does have a little bit more of a smell because obviously it's like polyurethane. All right, so I'm gonna just wipe that up. And I forgot, again, you know, I forgot to put my mica powder in. Oh, well, live and learn, right? All right, so we're gonna, and I'm gonna probably put a good amount because I know this dries white. So I'm hoping that it will give us like a lighter purple and not a white. Like I said, I don't know. This is the second time I'm ever using this. But isn't that a pretty color? And I got a little bit of unmixed right there. So if you're gonna color your resin, you definitely have to do it in one part before because you only have a 2-minute work time. I mean, literally a 2-minute work time. And I'm just gonna add a little bit more. All right, and we'll just see, you know, what that gives us for a final color. So I think I'm gonna use my actual paints to color the flowers and the leaves. I haven't decided yet. I do have oil markers, I have acrylic markers, but all right, so that is mixed up good. All right, so now we have to pour our 5 ounces of the part B. All right. Now this is where I get nervous because I know I have such a short window. I'm not going to spray these with alcohol because these are the InterResin hand molds. This mold is expensive, but right now it's on sale and I do have a 20% discount code in my description, as well as the codes for the Let's Resin polyurethane, but I don't have any discount codes for Let's Resin, so that I do not have. All right. We're gonna scrape and I'm going to stir. This is a really pretty color, guys. All right. It's just starting to get warm. And I'm making a mess. All right, so I'm just gonna start pouring and hopefully, because this is so thin, I will get no bubbles, is what I'm hoping. And the coolest part about this is in 10 minutes, we should be able to demold. And just gonna go around. I should have done that on the bottom, and I didn't even think. So I'm just gonna go around the edges here, and hopefully we have no bubbles. All right, so I am going to spray alcohol on the back just to pop any bubbles that might be, get up there, pop already. See, it's already starting to cure. See the white? See that? All right. So it's 12:47. I am going to put this on a time lapse so that you guys, I'm going to try to figure it out so that you guys can finish seeing it cure. All right, so hang on. Alrighty, guys, it's been like 12 or 13 minutes. Yeah, I'm pushing the envelope, I know. This one is still pretty warm. This one is just slightly warm. But let's see. I know this one unmolds fairly easy. I do have bubbles in the corners. Of course I do. Oh, I have more bubbles with this than I did the other stuff. All right, well, let's just see. Hopefully it's just the bottom of the cover. So I'll have to be redoing that. But look, that is really pretty. Let's see. It gives like a hue of blue. So the little ball things, there's no bubbles in that, but now, and I do have some trimming to do. Oh, but now I'm really nervous about this piece. If I got that many bubbles in that, oh. Oh yeah, bubbles in my roses. What in the heck? Just needed to get that suction popped. All right, let's see what kind of a disaster we have here. So I like the color, but look at all the bubbles. But the little balls don't have any bubbles. So maybe what I should do is just mix up half. It's like it's splashed up here. I don't know why, but oh. But other than that, it looks really good. All right. All right, the cover's fitting good. All right, so we're just gonna continue and finish it up, and I was gonna put this one on my website, but with the bubbles, yeah, probably not. All right. Because I don't want this to be too long, so what I'll do is I'll probably do the cover, I'll show you, and then I'll finish it up and have the finishing pictures. So these are the iridescent paints that I'm using. I got these on Amazon. There's 18 colors. I've picked 2 different greens, Dragon Flash and Emerald Green Flash. And I've picked the yellow flash for the roses. So I'm going to go ahead and do the roses first. And I know I don't need much of the paint. I still got to fill up my little guy there. All right, so I'm just lightly. You definitely don't want too much paint on your brush at a time. You're better off to do 2 coats. Than go in with too much paint. All right, I'm gonna try a different brush. I got this new round one right here, so maybe this one will work a little bit better. Yeah. And when you're getting near the leaves, just, you know, go a little bit slow. All right, so I'll finish this cluster and then I will do the rest off camera, just because I know my last video was extremely long. So I'm trying to keep this one a little bit shorter for you guys. And then what I'll do is I will finish this up and then I will come back and show you the final piece. So let me just do some of the green. So I'm going to start with the darker of the 2 greens. Just want to make sure I'm still in frame here for you guys. I just think this would have been way harder to do with a paint pen. Even the fine tip, just because you just don't have the control that you do with a brush. So I'm just getting the side of the leaf. And the one thing that's good with the acrylic paint is, like, if you had yellow in your leaf, it doesn't really matter, because it's just gonna, if it shows through, it's gonna give a highlight, or you can just paint over it. So that's why I like using the paints more than the markers. And then when those dry, I'm gonna go in with the lighter color and put some highlights on these leaves. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix those bubbles, but I'll just keep this box for myself. All right, so let me get some of the little bit lighter green. See if I can just get a smaller dot. And I'm just rolling my paintbrush in the paint just to get and that's not light enough, so we're gonna make some lighter one here. There we go, much better. All right. So I will put another coat of the yellow, and then I will come back when this is all done. Alrighty, guys, I am back. It took me about an hour and 40 minutes to get this box painted. I'm just so disappointed in the bubbles. And the more I thought about it is, I think because I know it cures so quick, I could have poured some and then did my stick and poured some more, and I think I would have been okay. So it's just a learning curve. It's, like I said, it's only my second project with the epoxy, the polyurethane resin, but this is the box, and it's still, the sides is still a little bit wet. So the only other thing I didn't know is if I put the silver around the top. That's my only thing that I'm not sure if it would make a difference or not. So, and I actually took this upstairs and did it, but just because the balls don't have any bubbles in it, so, oh, where's my, Yeah, I think it definitely needed that. So I'm just going to go around real quick and on the top. Yeah, that definitely, I think it definitely needed that. It was just a bit too plain, you know. And now hang on, I'll put you on another little pause and I'll finish it and be back. All right, so this is done. So that definitely looks much better. And so that is it completed. So even though it's got some bubbles, it's still really pretty. So just remember, if you guys want this box, I know it's expensive, but I do have a 20% discount code in the description. And I also have the Let's Resin polyurethane in the description as well. So I will see you guys all on the next one. Thank you guys. Bye.